Welcome to the channel, Gaming Army, and if it's your first stop by the channel, welcome to you as well. I have got a super great treat on the way for you today. 2 drops featuring the Grasshopper hero, the Mjölnir. And our first drop is a skirmish match on HPG Manifold, so let's get into it. Now, the opening moves on this drop finds my team spread out across the Echo 4, Echo 5 areas, and the enemy trying to push Delta 5 to Delta 4. Now, so far from what I can tell, they don't have much of a presence on the walls as far as snipers go, so I'm taking full advantage of this ramp over on the right side to shoot into Delta 4 using that small window and my ER large lasers to do some opening damage to their mechs. So by the time they swing the corner, they should already have some damage built up on their mechs before they even engage, which is a great move and helps my team out immensely. Now, we have got some units on the wall looking up the 4 line, and that's important too because they're going to do a lot of damage as the enemy tries to push the 4 line as well. So I'm just peeking my head out here just to see if there are any snipers paying attention, and it looks like there are not. There might be something over there towards Charlie 5. Not sure if that was on purpose or an errant strike, but they don't have a lot of snipers. Now, the lead elements for the enemy team are starting to push into that Echo 4 area, but they're also getting met with a ton of resistance. Everybody is focused on that lead element and using the buildings for cover, which is very, very smart, and our units on the wall are adding support fire to it as well. I'm going to take this opportunity to push across the top. I want to stay on the high ground if I can and do as much damage as I move into the center. That's all on purpose so that I can bring my medium lasers into the fight, not just the ER larges. I'm okay peeking and poking in the opening rounds, getting that damage out on unsuspecting enemy units, but where this mech really shines is all of that firepower, because the loadout goes something like this: 2 ER large lasers, 5 medium lasers, and a token light machine gun. Now, some of you are asking, what's up with that? Especially since the Mjölnir originally comes with a Gauss rifle in that right arm. Well, I have to be honest, that Gauss rifle in the right arm, I personally didn't like it. If you've had other experiences with it, I would love to hear about it in the comments section below, but it's low slung and it's on the right side. So, or I'm sorry, left side. I don't know my right from my left. But being on that means that you have to do left-hand peeks, and your arm has to clear any terrain that's in front of you. All in all, I think it was just a bad location, especially for an important weapon like a Gauss rifle. You had to expose either your left side, which is half your mech, or more if you had to clear any obstacles in front of you. So I went with the light machine gun, and I also have it slaved to my medium lasers. That way, when I move in and I fire my medium lasers, if I hold down on that fire button, while my medium lasers recycle, the enemy is faced with the pitter-patter of machine gun fire, which is a bit intimidating. So I'll call it my token intimidation factor. As this drop continues to unfold, we've got a lot of targets in front of us, and they're push stalled out Delta 4, and they're spread out in several different areas, including trying to go through the basement. It looks like they're just not coordinated enough to push back in any real fashion. Now, the score is 6-4. They did manage to get some kills and claw their way back into the match, but we definitely have a position of dominance, and I think we're winning on the power curve as well. Score jumps up 8-4, and I feel bad for this Phoenix Hawk. He picked the wrong fight in the wrong position. He's trying to escape through the basement, and I am going after him. My mech is in way better condition than his is, and now we've managed to open up that right torso and his back as well, so he is definitely hurting. I just need to get... There we go. Some damage on that right torso. Down goes the Phoenix Hawk. There's 2 left, 1 left, 0 left. There we go. And switching over to the end screen, we wind up with 1 kill, 7 components destroyed, 660 damage done in the Mjölnir. Moving on to our next drop. This is a domination match on Crimson Strait, and as this plays out, we're going to continue with our play-by-play coverage of this drop, but I do want to point out, for those of you expecting a review, I did a review of this mech prior, a long time ago, in a land far away. I'll leave a link to that at the end of this video, so if you want to see a deep dive review, you can check that out at the end of this video. Right now, we're going to get back into the action because I've managed to push my way into the high ground at Echo 5. There's a lot of enemies down the Delta 5 area in front of me, so I'm using my jump jets, getting up into the height area, firing off those ER larges, dropping back into cover. Fire the mediums if somebody comes in close enough, but right now I'm content to use the high weapons mounts of my ER larges to just do some peeking and poking, not getting too excited until Charlie tries to push in. Oh, but going after him exposed me to a couple of his teammates. That's not much fun, but there's so many units stuck in that Delta 5 low ground in front of me. I've just got to get angles on them. Ooh, and there's something pushing out. Lima is pushing into the open. It's an enemy Grasshopper. Let's have some Grasshopper on Grasshopper violence. That would be cool. Now, the enemy Grasshopper is trying to push one of my teammates out there, and he's not coming out around those buildings. That's unfortunate because I really wanted to light him up. Oh, here comes another enemy unit trying to push the same teammate. It looks like a bushwhacker. Oh, and I've got a blood asp in my face. That's not good, but I can do some jump shenanigans here. Maybe, possibly. Okay, the blood asp backed off, thank goodness, and I think he was the source of that low signal that I had a while ago. Now that I know he's down there, I've just got to be careful. Oh, and he's got some support in the form of a Cougar. Dual PPCs. Okay, there's some more in the center, and I'm going to use my high weapons mounts to try and keep myself protected from maybe some of the return fire. I don't know. I'll do it as best I can. They're throwing, looks like arty strikes at me because they're frustrated because I'm up here in this little nook. Now, it's a good bad place to be because it is working for me to stay hidden, somewhat protected, and get some shots out on enemy targets. Oh, there's something above me here. A Nova. Okay, well, they really don't like me up here. But the bad part about this position is you will find yourself trapped in that nook if you're not careful, because you need to pull yourself all the way in to take advantage of the cover, and it's going to severely hamper your mobility. There's the UAV that was above me that was helping them do some spotting. I've backed off because I want my mobility back. I don't see the Nova pushing in. Is he? No, he's not. Let's get rid of this UAV while we're at it. And also, while we're at it, if you're enjoying the video thus far, make sure you give it a big like down below. And if you're enjoying it way beyond that, why not consider becoming a member of the Sleepless Nights Gaming Army? That's right, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, make sure that you don't miss out on any future content like this. The score is tied at 6 kills apiece, and we've got an interesting target down below us in the buildings in the form of that Nightjar. Meanwhile, I've got a teammate over towards the island. Hopefully he's getting some good back shots, and the rest of my team appear to be strung out around the Delta 5 area. I'm focusing that Nightjar just because he has a super spicy build with all of those ER large lasers, and his left leg and right rear torso are now open, which makes him a very interesting target to try and focus on. There's also the Grasshopper from before. Maybe we'll get a little extra Grasshopper on Grasshopper violence. Maybe, I don't know. If he's coming around into the open, I might be able to get some shots on him. Still relying on my large lasers and using this spot up here for my benefit, and that is until I get pushed by a blood asp. So Kilo's coming up over the top. His right arm is gone, left arm is open. I don't know who hurt more on that exchange, me or him. I think he got some back shots on him for his troubles. And now I'm seeing the Grasshopper go up into the high ground. He's trying to push around the side. He's got an open CT. Don't know if I can get the angle on him to take him out. No, the blood asp comes back before I can get a shot on the Grasshopper. Go away, blood asp. Let me take out the other Grasshopper. Go back down the hill, will you? I don't know. We're trying to get some damage on him. Meanwhile, we've lost our left torso. We're open center torso. This probably is not going to end well. The good news, he's hurt as well, but I don't think nearly as bad as I am. Oop. And not all of those lasers hit. That would have been nice if I could have gotten a better shot on him. And now the enemy Grasshopper, I think that was him, fires on me and takes me out of the game. Meanwhile, a teammate is pushing the hurt blood asp. Avenge me, Desperada, avenge me. I don't think it's going to happen. 8-11, Desperada's last one left, and I'm sure the enemy is going to swarm him now and focus him down, although he does manage to get the kill on the enemy Grasshopper, so that's kind of a bonus, but I don't see us pulling out the victory on this one as he gets overrun, and down goes our Desperada. So, checking the end score on this one, while it was a crushing defeat and we didn't get any kills, we did wind up with 5 assists, 718 damage done.